A very good evening to our respected lecturer, Mr. Ron Teo Yong Chin, and my fellow group members. So, as part of our group assignment project, I would like to welcome all of you to our TED Talk presentation with regards to education. Okay, so in line with this, I would like to introduce our group members of Group 5 along with their roles. So we will be assuming this role. So firstly, me, I will be Patman. I'll be assuming the role of moderator. And then we have YB, Dr. Muhammad Shazwi Baharuddin, who is the Ministry of Education representative, followed by Prof. Muhammad Nur Nabil Rahman, who is a university lecturer from University Malaysia Sabah. And then we have Puan Sonia Yambau, Principal of MRSM Sempurna. We have a school teacher, Encik Muhammad Hafiz Abdul Aziz, who is a school teacher from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Taman Bukit Maluri. And last but not least, Puan Eza Nur Hazimah Hussein, who is a parent. So all of these keynote speakers here are stakeholders to our topic today. Okay, so our topic today is the future of education in Malaysia. And in addressing this topic, I would like to remind everyone, see, education is a topic of concern because we all know that education can either make or break a nation. So it's very important to know that in which direction the education of a country is heading towards. So we would like two questions to be answered here, which is the first question is, what changes do you see in the education system in the next 10 years? And secondly, how can we prepare students for the jobs of the future? So we will address each question at a time. So now let's address the first question, and I will hand this on to our MOE representative, YB Dr. Shaz. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Patman, our moderator. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. All right, so answering the first question in the perspective of the Ministry of Education, okay, what we will see in the next 10 years, the first and foremost, MOE expects to inculcate digital teaching and learning completely in all primary and secondary schools, which is not only the higher education level. Will be done by providing the appropriate digital infrastructure and ecosystem after by looking the success result of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2000 until 2025 probably. Okay, our goal is to fully utilize digital technology in the curriculum so that all learning is connected to the internet. Okay, by this, Digital Education Learning Initiative Malaysia, aka the LIMA platform, also can easily be accessed to facilitate students in rural and urban areas with no problem. Okay, through this platform, all the textbook, exercise, workbooks are digital, only used in the schools. In fact, actually, the change towards digital education technology, for me, is very positive way so that our education system in Malaysia can match or catch up the first ranking in education progress like the education system in Finland right now in the future. We are really looking forward to this, hopefully.
I agree with you. So, based on what you say, YB, um, we need students to be well versed with digital technology, right? And they need to come a long way to come to this level. So, this best fits students from the university, I believe. So now let's hear the viewpoint from Prof. Muhammad Nur Nabil regarding the changes in the education system on the university scenario. Prof. Nabil, over to you.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. YB. If we talk about technological progress, it will definitely have a great impact on our education system. We can expect some remarkable transformations in higher education also. One prominent change that we will witness is the integration of AI or artificial intelligence into the learning experience. Nowadays, AI technology is already being used in a variety of ways in some university in Malaysia. For instance, university use turn it in to detect plagiarism. Maybe in the future, I can see that AI will be even more necessary and a valuable companion at the university level, especially for the students and lecturers. And maybe for another significant change will be maybe the rise of online learning, where hybrid learning will be become the norm and offer a flexible approach at the tertiary level. This option is already become more popular for some universities in Malaysia, and I believe it will continue to grow in the next 10 years. And one more thing, in the next decade, skill and development and soft skills will be essential for success in the workplace, where employers will look for candidates with additional and different capabilities in the future. There are 3 points that in we can see in the next decade.
Yes, true, Prof. Nabil. So you are seeing things from the university perspective. So I believe, I'm sure, before students come to university, they should be well groomed in embracing using the right tools, technological tools in the way they approach learning. And this should come from the school side. So now moving on to from the schools, from the university to the school scenario, let's hear from Puan Sonia on
Thank
her
you, Mr.
viewpoint.
Fatman.
Yes, yes. Over to you, Puan Sonia.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, I am quite interested with the idea of Professor Nabil on the needs to embrace the AI technology in university level learning, because I think AI technology in education could actually reduce development of critical thinking among students, hinders their creativity and their independence in problem solving. So for me, this technology shouldn't be fully implemented in education system lah in the future. And to respond with YB Shazri, I agree with his opinions on the advancements of technology in the future, because I think we will have more advanced digital learning materials in the future, by which traditional textbook will be turned to ebook, and our education system will be driven by the use of internet, and everyone will get better and equal access like in education perhaps. On the other hand, career readiness will be more developed in education system in future, because as the education system will focus more on developing skills that will prepare students for the future workforce. For example, more attention will be given to vocational and technical education, and yeah, students will have more soft skill subjects in school, Mr. Patman.
Okay. So you, as a principal, Puan Sonia, would be receiving, I mean, you generally follow the directives and the guidelines as set out in the National Blueprint, right? So, of course, you have your team, your teachers to carry out this, to carry this out. So now, without further delay, let's hear from our teacher, Encik Muhammad Hafiz, on his viewpoints as to how the education landscape is going. What does he see on the change of education on the next 10 years? Encik Hafiz, over to you.
From my perspective, in the next decade, Malaysian teachers will face new challenges and opportunities. And their role will undergo significant changes. The key development include digital integration, blended learning, and remote teaching, and very focusing on 21st century skills and global collaboration, data, and analytic leveraging. Teachers will become adept at integrating technology into their classroom, creating interactive lessons, and facilitating personalized learning. They also incorporate project-based learning and real-world problem-solving activities to nurture the skill in students. And summary, Malaysian teachers will be innovative, tech-savvy professionals who will nurture essential skills through continuous professional development and a commitment to lifelong learning. They will play a pivotal role in preparing the next generation of Malaysians. That's all.
Hmm. So, Encik Hafiz, your role here, from what I see, is the heaviest role because you are in direct contact with students. Now, in addition to, of course, you are an expert in whatever you teach, but in addition to that, you need to blend in the new method of teaching, as you mentioned, like instilling this creative thinking, using of technological tools and all that. You are in direct contact with students, and you pass on students to Prof. Nabil, right? But I'm sure there's another concern when you teach, especially now. We've all came out from the pandemic. The pandemic came into our lives 3 years ago, and everything changed, right? We, like it or not, we had to use digital tools, go online, and all that. So of course, parents will have their concern. So I'm sure, right, in Hafiz, parents would have you would have come into a scenario whether parents are concerned whether their children are learning well or not, right? Okay, so now in view of this, let's hear the viewpoint from parent Puan Eza Nurazima on what she thinks the education has in whole for the next 10 years. Okay, Puan Eza, over to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Patman. So, I agree with Teacher Hafiz, which students nowadays need to focus on 21st century skills, because what we see is that the rapid growth of industrial revolutions in our education system, which emphasize students to develop some soft skills. For example, like time management, problem solving, and so on. These qualities are also required for their success in education fields and their career too. Moreover, I think that in the next 10 years, we will use a lot of technology in our education system. For instance, after COVID-19, students have been studying online, fully online. So, as a parents, we should support and provide essential communication equipment and gadget to respond for their future education. Yeah, Mr. Bat.
Yes, well said, Puan
Yeah.
Eza. Yes. So another pressing issue here is, okay, now we've all talked about the education part of it, but the next process would be our students will be entering the job market, right? So, Puan Eza, I want to ask you a question. Ever since we went online, were you wondering whether is my child learning enough? Because last time everything was different. Your child goes to school, they come into face-to-face contact with the teacher, but now online, so there's no face-to-face contact. So you could be concerned, right, whether they understand what they're learning, and this will affect their future. Do you, Puan Eza?
Yes, I think yes, correct, Mr. Papan. This will affect their future actually,
Correct.
because yeah,
Yeah. So,
it's
which brings us to the
different.
second question.
Yeah.
How can we prepare students for the jobs of the future? Okay. So, in line with this, I need to throw this question back to YB Dr. Muhammad Shahs on your viewpoints to answer the second question. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Patman, to answering the second question. Okay, with the rapid development of technology, we need to prepare a student for the job of the future, right? So therefore, the MOE has provided a lot of facilities, such as the Dilemma platform, as an opportunity for teachers and students to take disadvantage in the futures as an obligation to facilitate digital learning in school and outside school, such as always cultivating the practice of blended learning, flipped classroom, okay, remote learning, and so on. Okay, therefore, this will foster practical digital competency, equipping a student with the skills and the knowledge in the ICT required by employers. Okay, after that, we are committed to the integrating AI technology into the curriculum at all school level with the collaboration of the Ministry of Higher Education. So we aim to enable personalized learning, automatic trading, and virtual assistant to support students and teachers to prepare our students for a job driven by digital intelligence technologies. Okay. Furthermore, we have a transformative plan, um, coordinate technical and vocational education and training, aka TVET, across all school level, whereby introducing TVET subject in most primary and secondary schools. This means not only maybe it's not only specific schools, okay? Because I also feel that maybe this student needs to provide it with the skills and knowledge as early as from the elementary school to secondary school, so that they know the future direction, what they will become. Okay,
Yes,
by this,
correct. Chain
they will
effect.
get enough. Yes, they will get enough needs in the demand industry in line with the IR 4.0. Ultimately, I'm pretty sure closing the skill gaps and preventing students drop up issues in the future.
Okay, that was very fruitful. So, YB, you seem to have a very good, well laid out plan. Okay, but implementation is one thing. But let's hear how this is being carried out at the university level. So, over to you, Prof. Nonabil. We would like to hear from you what is the university doing, playing its role in preparing students for the jobs of the future. Yeah.
So, from my side as a lecturer, the Ministry of Higher Education and Malaysian universities need to cooperate as much as possible to prepare students for future jobs. The ministry is responsible for development of higher education in Malaysia, and they should decide what is the best way when it comes to use new technologies, such as deciding new policies and guidelines for using AI. While universities are responsible for providing students with the education they need to succeed in the workforce. This can be done through internship and other extracurricular activities, where it also helps them to develop their networks and connect with the real world. And I can ensure that Malaysia is well positioned to meet the challenges of the 21st century if these stakeholders cooperate together. Mhm.
Mm. So, as we are all aware, Prof, uh, most universities from time to time they carry out. I mean, they do go and meet students at school level, right? To make them aware of. It's like a school workshop, I believe. To make them aware of the studying culture in university, and how to prepare them for the jobs of the future and so on. So, in line with this, let's hear from Puan Sonia again on what is the school's role on preparing students for the jobs of the future. Over to you, Puan Sonia.
Yeah, as a school principal, I think we should emphasize more on STEAM education. As we know, STEAM is referring to science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics education, and it actually will help students with their critical thinking skills that is necessary for future jobs. And yeah, this could happen by including hands-on learning activities, coding, robotics, design thinking into the curriculum. In addition, with the rise of gig economy and entrepreneurship opportunity, we actually can help to create an entrepreneurial mindset among students. Therefore, by encouraging any entrepreneurship program, we can help students to create a new mindset of instead of preparing our students to seek job for the future, they are the one who provide jobs for the future.
Agreed. I like what you said, Puan Sonia, entrepreneurial mind, because in the long run, I believe it is good to have an entrepreneurial mind so that you don't depend on your job. You can take on to your own career, be your own boss. So, what you just said, that burden would be carried by your task force, your teachers, right? So now let's go back to a classroom scenario on what are the roles played by teachers to ensure that their students can be prepared for future jobs. Okay. So with this, Inche Hafiz, I'm throwing the question back to you to answer question two. Over to you, Inche Hafiz.
All right. As a teachers, I think teachers is responsible to prepare students for future jobs by hands-on learning, experience, and incorporating real-world projects. This it helps students to understand the relevance of their learnings and how it applies to future job scenarios. I think it's create simulate with lifelong learning, also essential for students to seek new knowledge and wisdom to stay competitive in their careers. Soft skills training, such as emotional intelligence, teamwork, time management, and effective communication, all in one pack is very important in the real world for students.
Yes.
Teachers should also teach students the importance of networking to make contact and exchange idea and professional connections.
Correct. Because
These
all these are what
strategies
employers
teachers
are
can
looking.
better
Yes.
prepare students for
Yes.
ever-changing job market.
Yes. Whatever Encik Hafiz said is all that employers are looking in a student, not just academic excellence, but everything, the soft skills, added skills, and all those things. So now we've heard from everyone except Puan Eza. Now, Puan Eza, as a parent, what would be your viewpoints that you can suggest to all of us here as to how we can prepare students for future jobs? You might have some ideas
Yes.
in you. Yeah.
Yes,
Over to
Mr.
you.
Patman.
Yeah.
So in my own perspective, that I think we can prepare them for the future job by discussing what is the essential of career planning, because solid career plan will help them to stay focused and motivated. For example, like parents tell them to consider what they want to accomplish in their life and what kind of job that will make them feel happy. Furthermore, parents also can explore their interests and talents. We can encourage them to try some new things. For instance, if they like arts, we can send them to the art class. At least they have some certain skill for their future job and so on. Yes, Mr.
It's
Patman.
more like specialization. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, correct. Okay. You have anything more to add on, Puaneza?
No, that's all.
Okay. Now, two questions popped into my head while all of you all were talking. I have a question, but well, I'm not particularly sure who do I address it to, but any of you can answer. Now, question number one. This thought was running in my head. We, like it or not, we have entered the technology age, and even like it or not, we have faced COVID, and schools were pushed to the corner in carrying out lessons online. And then recently, as all of you all are aware, this chat GPT thing comes in, right? AI, artificial intelligence. So now, on one side, all of you all raised your points, which I agree. On one side, we need to create lateral thinkers, creative thinkers. On the other side, you've got AI, which has kicked in. And this AI is something that you just need to, whatever question you want to ask, you just press the button and you get all your answers lined up. So now, my question is it good that we use AI, solely rely on AI, or is there, what are the advantages, disadvantages? My question is, do we solely rely on AI or do we mix and match or something like that? Can anyone shed some light?
Yeah, Mr.
Uh,
Patman.
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so just like I've mentioned before, the
Mhm.
AI technology for me, and it's my personal view, AI technology shouldn't be fully implemented in the future because AI could affect students' development in thinking skills and their creativity. I'm not saying that AI technology is not good, but students should balance the use of it so that it doesn't affect their growth development.
So it's like we're making them lazy to think, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah, yeah, true,
Okay,
true.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. YB, you wanted to say something? Did you?
The professor.
Oh,
I
sorry.
believe that
Sorry.
AI. I believe that AI can be a powerful tool.
Hmm.
However, it should complement, not replacing the traditional teaching methods,
Hmm.
where it helps students in many ways, especially to identify and evaluate the data. And student can solve the problem by using the critical thinking. But it is important to use AI in a responsible way, where the educators should play a crucial role in guiding students. So this is going
Agree.
to be around, like it or not, because they are going to use it in the workplace soon and meet the challenges of 21st century.
Correct. Agree. Actually, yeah, I want to share something with you. Uh, my personal experience when using AI, when you want to ask a question, see, at that point in time, AI might not have the updated data. So AI may not be answering the question exactly to how you want it. So that's like what you said, the limitations of AI. So maybe the answers that AI give might not suit the scenario of your own country. It might be suited to other countries. Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, we can use AI. So I get the clear picture. So we're all on the same wavelength that you're saying that we can use AI, but not solely dependent on it, right? Okay. Now Now, second question, before it slips out of my head, I want to know, what do you all think? Is our country ready to go forward to embrace changes in line with the advancements of technology in, from educational point of view? Are we ready? Are we like ready to accept?
Okay, let me answer. Okay,
Yes, maybe.
I appreciate your insightful question, Padma. I love it. I firmly believe that Malaysia is fully prepared to embrace technology-driven education. Okay, the lesson from the COVID-19 pandemic have shown us the immense potential of technology in education. Okay, with the guidance of Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint, we are diligently taking necessary measures to ensure readiness across all fronts. Maybe schools, educators, students, and parents to effectively utilize technology in education. Okay, this approach positions us well for the future, as well we pave the way for the younger generation to adeptly embrace the innovative digital technologies that will shape their learning experiences in the coming decade.
Okay, thank you, IB. Okay, so now, which brings us to the end now, since we've heard from everyone, and I would like to summarize or conclude based on a general understanding lah. So from what we've talked, well, it's very clear that yes, as you said, we are ready, and in carrying out implementing our readiness, each and every one of us, you see, you've got the MOE representative here, we've got university lecturer, teacher, school principal, and parent. All of us are interconnected in this topic. That means we need to communicate with each other, right? So if there's communication and feedback as to how to improve the whole dynamics of the education so that we can propel or improve it in line with rapid technological development, I think we will go in the right direction and our nation will progress further, right? So with that, I would like to end this TED Talk topic for the day by thanking all of you for your attendance and your invaluable inputs. So thank you very much. I think we have all learned something today. Thank you very much,
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank
Thank
Mr.
you,
you.
Fatman.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.